Assalamualaikum. For this video presentation, the topic we're about to discuss is why we need learn to manage personal financial and taxation. The impact of personal finance management can be seen in how well a person manages their own assets and liabilities, as well as how well they distinguish between the two. This would aid in determining their own net worth. Personal finance teach people how to manage their finance. This can help them break bad spending habits, making it easier to manage emergency fund, retirement fund, and achieve their goals. Thus, managing personal financial statement, budgeting, and taxation is important. Did we manage our monthly income properly? We will explore more on this. First, a budget helps create a financial stability. If we create and stick to a budget, we'll never find ourselves in this precarious position. We know exactly how much money we earn, how much we can afford to spend each month, and how much we need to save. Secondly, help shed light on bad spending habits. By building a budget, force us to take a close look at our spending habits. We may notice that we are spending money on things we don't need. Budgeting allows us to rethink our spending habits and refocus on our financial goal. Do we honestly watch all 500 channels on our costly extended cable plan or multiple streaming subscription? Thirdly, budget help us prepare for emergency. Life is filled with unexpected surprise. For instance, if we get laid off, become sick or injured, it can lead to some serious financial turmoil. It seems like this emergency always arises at the worst possible times, when we are already strapped for cash. This is exactly why everyone needs an emergency fund. Budget should include an emergency fund that consists of at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. It will take time to save up at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. We just need to build into it, set realistic goals, and start small, even as low as at 10 ringgit. Our emergency fund will slowly build up. There's various tools that can help us on creating budget, such as May is providing tools for setting up an emergency fund, depending on our style of approach. Lastly, lead to a happier retirement. It's important to put a plan for retirement in our budget. This will allow us to stay financially independent. A retirement plan can help us continue with our current lifestyle even after retirement. The income from the plan can help meet day-to-day expenses and meet our financial goal post-retirement. It indeed can help your family as well. Retirement plan not only help us but also those around us. Income from the plan can enable us to help our loved ones, including child and our spouse, whenever they are in need of money.
Importance of taxation. What is taxation? Taxation is a system by which the government collect money from people to pay for the public services such as national defense, infrastructure, education, and healthcare. The first one, important of taxation is understand law and regulation. Understanding the tax system is important for individuals and businesses to comply with the law and avoid penalty and fine. Here are a few ways which understanding taxation can be helped in understanding law and regulation. First one, compliance. Tax law and regulation are complex and can be difficult to navigate. Understanding the tax system can help individuals and businesses to comply with the law and avoid mistakes that could result in penalty and fine. Number two, legal right and obligation. Tax law and regulation outline the right and obligation of taxpayers, including their liability for taxes, the right to appeal, and the procedure to contesting a tax assessment. Understanding this law and regulation can help individuals and businesses understanding their right and obligation and take appropriate action when necessary. The third one, planning and decision making. Understanding the tax system can help individuals and business make informed decisions about their income and spending. and take advantage of debt deduction and credit that may lower their overall debt liability. And the last one, being informed citizen. Understanding the tax system can help individuals to be more informed citizen and hold their government accountable for the how tax are collected and used. It can help individuals to understand the social economic policy of their government and how they are financed. The second one of important taxation, which is development of financial strategy. Taxation play an important role in developing financial strategy as it can have a significant impact on the individual of business financial situation. Here are a few ways in which understanding taxation can help in developing financial strategy. First one, tax planning. Understand the tax law and regulation can help individual and business plan their finance in a way that minimize their tax liability. These can include taking advantage of tax deduction, credit, and incentive, and structuring their affair in a way that minimizes their tax liability. Second one, budgeting. Understand the tax law and regulation can help individuals and businesses budget for their tax, which can make it easier for them to manage their cash flow and plan for the future. The third one, retirement planning. Understanding the tax law and regulation can help individual plan for retirement and take advantage of tax advanced retirement saving plan. The last one, business strategy. For business, understanding the tax law and regulation can help them make informed decision about their operation, such as where to locate their business, how to structure their operation, and how to price their goods and services.
Our first issue to discuss is poor financial literacy in Malaysia. Based on an article issued by Malaysia Kini on 5th October 2022 titled Lack of Financial Literacy, a Critical Concern, written by Paul Selvaraj, it states that lack of financial literacy is a critical issue in Malaysia, affecting the financial well-being as well as the overall well-being of Malaysian consumers. Financial literacy is an ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. The majority of Malaysians have inadequate knowledge on financial matters to enable them to make informed financial decisions, particularly among the vulnerable group. Based on the survey conducted by Ringgit Plus in year 2021 on Malaysian financial literacy among youth, it is found that they are worse than national average. Nonetheless, it appears that many Malaysians remain complacent in this matter. One of the causes of poor financial literacy in Malaysia is it is not a mandated or compulsory subject in school. Students should know the importance of budgeting, how to calculate their taxes, how to diversify their investment, and many more. Being financially literate will make it possible for an individual to live a quality life. Poor financial literacy will result in bankruptcies or scam. There are more than 46,000 people who have been declared bankrupt from year 2018 until April 2022. These numbers are the result of poor financial decision making. According to the Inspector General of Police, there have been a total of more than 12,000 online scams between January and July 2022, with losses amounting to 414 million ringgit Malaysia. Several agencies including the police, Bank Negara and the Securities Commissions have been taking various measures to strengthen safeguards against financial frauds and scams. However, the number of scams keeps increasing. The missing link to strengthening financial resilience and responsible financial management could be the financial literacy of consumer. Hence, poor financial literacy will result in undesired economic consequences. Our second issue is tax evasion. According to the article issued by FMT on 40th June 2022, there are 31,000 possible tax evaders identified by LHDN for the year 2022. LHDN said these entities, which include nearly 24,000 individuals, were identified based on asset ownership and their ability to secure loans and securities valued at 500,000 ringgit and above. It is estimated that the government will suffer tax losses of 665 million ringgit, which can adversely impact the country's economic stability if not addressed immediately. Tax evasion is done intentionally by taxpayers by avoiding and hiding different documents that potentially become evident for the LHDN. The consequences of evading taxes for an individual is an offence punishable by a fine of 1,000 ringgit to 20,000 ringgit, in addition to 300% of the tax that the taxpayers try to avoid paying. This penalty can be found under the provision of Section 114 of the Income Tax Act 1967. Additionally, tax evasion also will impact the country's development. Direct taxes are the highest contributor at more than 40% of total government revenue. If people commit tax evasion, it will lead to low tax revenue, resulting in the country facing the risk of bankruptcy due to the debt burden from the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, or the governments of other countries. Individual taxpayers need to have a sense of responsibilities and emphasize the concept of contributing for the benefit of all, instilling awareness and working with the government to develop the country for the well-being of everyone.
Bankruptcy, how? Okay, this is happen if we are not commit for our financial commitment with bank. For example, we didn't pay for the house loan, installment, vehicle loan, but there is a minimum amount that is 100k amount of loan from the bank. Okay, I give the example here as 2021 and 2022, OPR increased few times from 1.75 to 2.75. There's a big number of interest. Okay, this is show how important that we need to have the personal financial statement, because we can monitor and manage our monthly income to spend for expenses and lifestyle and others. Okay, next, I will share about the informal economy. Informal economy is the job or work that didn't register with any company or as okay. They also need to have to file their income tax. They need to report their income every year. Okay, who are they? They are influencer or YouTuber, TikTokers that earn income from the social media such as Instagram, YouTube, and many more. Okay, so they also need to pay tax. They need to register to SSM and register with HDN, declare their income and pay for tax. That's all. Then we can proceed to the next person for their explanation. Thank you. And I am Nizam, Muhammad Sharul Nizam.
As a conclusion, budgeting effectively allows us to save money and meet our financial objective. Due to its relevant present situation and statistic, everyone should organize their finances. To become financially independent, we must responsibly manage our finances. To achieve financial objective, it requires budgeting, saving, investing, limiting debt, and managing all other elements of one's personal finances. Personal financial management involves budgeting one's income and spending. Budgeting helps us save money and achieve our financial goals. Spending can be fixed, committed, or discretionary. Reduce costs if they surpass earnings. Many save after spending. Setting financial goals requires distinguishing between necessities and wants. For example, consider how you feel about money and ask your question to set financial objective. If you live in a cold climate, you need a coat to stay warm, but there are cheaper options. Number 2, it is critical save for emergency. Emergency and investment saving are essential. Everyone needs emergency and retirement funds. Real estate, equities, and bonds are popular. Before investing, we should grasp the hazard. Credit card debt is typical. Credit card interest rate average 1.5 each month, or 18% annually. Thus, minimal payment hardly cover interest. Retirement planning can never begin too early. Assuming no debts and dependents, 2/3 our present salary is enough for a decent lifestyle. As we age, checkups and medication may cost more. All retirees should have medical insurance. Many individuals get these two aspects of planning mixed up: tax planning and financial planning. Tax planning involves coming up with a strategy that will enable you to reduce your taxable income by taking advantage of legitimate tax breaks such as deduction, exemption, and rebate, as well as other opportunities. This can then contribute to individuals, including vulnerable and low-income individuals' participation in financial, economic, and social life, as well as their financial well-being. Thank you.